It was so obvious, you know? So the point is, like, you're doing everything that you're doing unto the Lord, which we could go on a whole nother podcast just about that topic. Like, everything that you're doing, whether you eat or drink or anything you do, do it unto the Lord. That sounds nice and churchy, but, like, that means I'm not doing it for my wife. That means I'm not doing it for my friends. That means I'm not doing it for a YouTube video. I'm doing it for the Lord. And when you start to see people's lives played out, you'll see a lot of times they don't even know what you mean by that. Like, they don't even know how to do something just for the Lord. Mm-hmm. Like, they only know how to do it for somebody else. To impress you, to please you, to that cute boy at school, the pretty girl at work. And you're just doing it for those reasons now. And now you do want to be super spiritual, or, you know, somebody starts dating somebody else. I've had a lot of these conversations. Someone's like, yeah, now I want to, like, take my relationship with Jesus more seriously. And oftentimes it's not because you know it's the right thing to do. It's because you know it'll make them more infatuated with you, which is the wrong reason to do it. And you're not doing it for the Lord. You're doing it for her or him, which is really unhealthy, really, really unhealthy. But when you have real intimacy with the Lord, that's why, you know, Dan Muller, he always says, like, you can't convince me that he doesn't exist because I've been with him. Like, I've been with him. You can try to do it and say everything you can. Like, you can have every one of my friends denounce the faith and it won't change my mind because, like, I've been with him. It's like me saying, it's like you coming up to me and telling me that my wife isn't real. Because, or you know, like, she's not real, but not only is she not real, she's not real because her and I got in an argument last night. It's like, why would a bad circumstance in my life make me say that my wife doesn't exist? You'd be like, that doesn't even make sense. So how could I ever denounce my creator, who I've had an intimate relationship with for 8 years? Like, how could I denounce him? I've been with him. Even if things go bad in my life, he's been with me through the whole thing. Huh?
Yesterday was your...
Oh, yeah, yesterday I turned 8. I turned 8 years old in the faith yesterday. I gave my life to Jesus 8 years ago yesterday. We need to celebrate.
I know.
Well, we do on a podcast. That is the celebration, I guess. But yeah, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I think that so many people want to start with, like, head nods. But again, I do want to clarify again, like, it will start out as discipline oftentimes. Like, the likelihood of you leaving this podcast and being like, I'm in love with Jesus now, I want to read the Bible every day. Like, it's probably not. Like, if we're just being really honest, it's not. This is why you have the whole, like, you know, you go to that church camp, you go to that one outreach event, you go to that conference somewhere, everyone's super on fire, rowdy, whatnot for the Lord, and then they come back and everything goes back to normal. The majority of the reason for that is, well, first off, it was probably a lot of emotion and, again, infatuation. It wasn't real. But for the ones that are real and genuine, because they always are going to happen there, they're not disciplined after it. They come right back home and they let soccer get in the way of why they didn't read today. They let the busyness of life get in the way of why they did not read today. And one day becomes 2 days, becomes 2 weeks, becomes 2 months. The next thing you know, that you don't even remember what relationship with God was actually like. You got touched by him one time, but you don't really know what relationship with God is actually like.
Like daily.
Yeah, daily. And again, it is inconvenient. And if you think it's inconvenient when you're single, wait till you're married with kids. And it's the weekend or whatever, and now it's 7 o'clock and baby's screaming, crying, ready to get up and have her diaper changed. And now my quiet time with the Lord now just became no time at all. And then now I've got her, but I was expecting her to stay asleep for a few more hours. And guess what? Babies aren't disciplined because they're babies and they just do whatever they want whenever they want. They're just surviving, you know? But again, some might say, well, you've got to make your human baby more priority over your prayer time. I understand what you're saying, but, like, why does it have to be one or the other? You can do both. Mm-hmm. You have to just make it work.
And you might have to let things go.
You might have to let things go. That might be that you don't get to do fill in the blank like you usually do at nighttime. Maybe that means that you don't have to get the opportunity of sleeping until 9 anymore. Maybe that is what it is. But again, that's what discipline looks like. And you setting discipline in your life now, if you are single or married without kids, makes it easier every step of the line down further. That it's like, okay, I'm like, now that I'm comfortable with discipline, even if that discipline changes, I'm still comfortable with discipline. But if you're a non-disciplined person and now you have babies on top of that, you're screwed. No,
yeah, but you would be surprised. Like, when you prioritize something, especially like reading the Bible, mm-hmm. you in your mind come up with an excuse of saying, I don't have enough time because X, Y, and Z and this, that, and the other. But you would be surprised. Even if you just spent 10 minutes reading something, mm-hmm. you would be so surprised with how far you would get. Mm-hmm. It's literally just excuses. People just make excuses, and they let the excuse of not being able to do something be bigger than than actually doing something.
Right.
Because it does not take that much time to open up the word and read it. It's on your phone.
Right.
If you have time to get up in the morning and check your notifications on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Gmail, whatever it may be, you have time to open it up really quick and read your Bible.
Right.
It does not take that long.
No. And can we get real practical for a sec? Everyone always gets awkward and uncomfortable when I say this, but I'm just trying to keep it 100 with you. Do you poop? Because if you poop and it takes you more than 60 seconds to poop, I'm just saying, like, that's a perfect time to be able to whip out that phone instead of scrolling on Facebook, instead of getting on Amazon, spending more money, read your Bible.
Why'd you look at me like that?
Well, I wasn't talking to, I mean, if you convicted, then take it up with the Lord. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just giving an example
Like,
for
why'd
all
you have to give that example?
See, this is conviction in real time right here. You just called yourself out.